Well, I don't normally know what day it is, but looking at the calendar today, I've realized that we've been on the road for just over 60 days now. I can't believe how time flies on these great adventures, but it's been 60 amazing days.
A few months ago, the Kingsley Holgate Foundation departed from KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa to make its way up the African east coast and to the ancient Ethiopian city of Harar.
Expedition life is great. There's always a secret around every corner, and just next to the Harare-Kariba road lies these beautiful limestone caves known as the Chinoya Caves. They sent a diver down to see how deep this pool was. He got to a depth of 191 meters and then gave up. So it's one of those secrets of a journey.
As the team made their way from one country to the next, the scene changed from plateau to mountain range, lush grasslands to drought.
Lack of rain, a lot of death from a wildlife perspective due to the drought, hippos all caught up in tiny little ponds, marabou storks sort of pecking on hippos' eyes. So the drought has really taken its toll. But on arriving in Kenya, that whole thing changed, because it rained continuously. And that really put these vehicles through their paces. It was mud, mud, mud and more mud, winching, pushing, pulling, slipping, sliding.
Three days of wading across rivers, getting our Land Rover discoveries across almost impossible conditions. We're waiting for this river to go down. It's the last one, and then we reach the road to Ethiopia.
I've got to tell you, I did one of the most fascinating drives I've actually done in my life, and that's sort of what adventure is all about, finding new and interesting places. And we took a road of mountain passes and vegetation and canyons and rivers and camels and nomadic tribes that, it was absolutely phenomenal.
The team's mission is a humanitarian one, tasked with handing out malaria nets to those who cannot otherwise acquire them. They are also distributing reading glasses to people with no access to optometrists.
Okay, she's stronger. I think those is better. Those.
The other one.
The other one, yes.
Try with that, because that's a good way. See if it's clear on your numbers and messaging.
See, just what you say, insert SIM card, emergency call. If I remove them like this, I'm just seeing
something blurry.
Wherever they stop, they take the time to spread knowledge about animal conservation as well. I met up with a team in Droughts, Ethiopia, and from there we made our way to Harar, an ancient city that dates back to the 9th century. Greeting us with the sights and sounds of the Harar region: camels, fields of cat, examples of interesting driving, curious locals, birds of prey, and lots of tuk-tuks.
How are you?
We're at one of the gates into the ancient walled city of Harar. It's the fourth most important Islamic city in the world, next to Jerusalem, Mecca and Medina. This citadel is the most important Islamic center in all of Ethiopia. But what is interesting is the extreme tolerance that takes place here. It's known as the city of peace. It's the highest number of mosques per capita anywhere in the world. And yet in the center of this old city is a church, a Christian church. Tolerance, peace, love for one another, no hassles. You can walk around the streets at any time of night. What's been special too is the humanitarian work, the provision of right to sight spectacles, mashortis, right to sight to poor-sighted, mostly elderly people. And the difference it makes just in a few minutes, being able to see again, being able to read the Quran, read the Bible, do handwork, do beadwork. And we're doing right to sight in the little compounds of the houses here within this ancient place.
The problem of it is reading a Quran. Daytime I can see, and nighttime I cannot see. Say.
This is nearly the end of the road for the adventure, and after handing out glasses, the team takes some time in Harar to rest from their journey, seeing the sights and sampling the local cuisine.
Tradition has it that when the Muslims were chasing the Christians around, all they did was follow their cooking fires as they cooked their meat. It is said that the Christians then decided to eat meat raw so as to evade the Muslim attacks. And it's a custom that has continued to this day. Delicious.
Ethiopia is famed for its coffee, and the travellers indulge in some of the bitter thick brew, prepared in the traditional ceremonial way.
Okay, thank you.
Having rested, the team prepares for the last leg. They will make their way to the easternmost part of the continent, the Horn of Africa.
Logistically, from a security perspective, from an unknown perspective, when you sort of mention the word Somalia, Somaliland, it's especially the sort of recent bombings down in the sort of south in Mogadishu. It's a bit of a scary place. It's a scary idea of where we're going to, but it's also going to be exciting logistically. We hope that our security comes together. We're going to be met at the border by a security detail. It's vehicle in front, vehicle behind, lots of guns, AKs. Not the sort of typical pace that we normally used to, slowly, pole, shika, nugo, go, see what we can. I think it's going to be a bit of a rush thing, get to our objective, do what we have to do, and get out as quickly as we possibly can.
It is here that I leave the team as they move onwards in the rain. Their spirits remain high, their horizons far.